Hey everybody, sorry I'm trying to do something on the Did it already get shut down? Let's see. Nope. What's going on, everybody? I'm trying to get it pulled up on my phone. There we go.
I'm trying to get it pulled up.
Alrighty, I'm back. Yeah, so today was kind of a hard day. It's been a hard day. What's up, Arms Room? You'll appreciate this, bud. So earlier this month, I kind of put myself out there. I made a video about this. I put myself out there. I'm old. I'm older than most of the people that I know in the military. And there was an opportunity to commission, which would be awesome. It's more responsibility. It's obviously there's rank with it, but that's not what it's about to me. It's about being able to lead people and prepare people for what's ahead. And the world is going to get scary. I mean, we've seen in the last week how scary it's been just here in Western states, and it's going to get a lot worse. In the next couple of years. So an opportunity to be a leader in that regard, like not just a manager, like in the Air Force, NCOs they're kind of like frontline managers. They help direct training and small. Your what?
My brace.
Yeah, that's okay. And small groups of people. It's good. I've enjoyed being in the military for the last 20 years. But an opportunity to commission and to help kind of steer the path for not just my colleagues and airmen and NCOs that I work with, but like future NCOs and leaders. That was a really cool opportunity. And I've been trying to do this for, like 10 years. I've been trying to commission for 10 years. And I got a call today and I was told that I wasn't selected, which is fine. I've been told that I'm not selected for the last 10 years. I just got some feedback today and I appreciated the feedback. But basically what was said was, that my performance or records or whatever, and I don't see it this way, but maybe that's good. That's what my limitation is. My limiting factor is It's just I didn't meet what somebody was looking for. But the fact that it's in my records and that it's not really something like I can't get rid of it. Like it's there. It's part of who I am. It's part of what my experience has been. So that's not happening. So that was really hard. And there's some other elements to it that you guys don't need to worry about. It's just something that, yeah, it's kind of weighing down on me. So that kind of sucks. The Lake in the Woods, I am kind of built like Humpty Dumpty. You know Humpty Dumpty was a cannon, right? You do know that. Humpty Dumpty wasn't an egg. So I'll accept that I'm built like a cannon. I appreciate it. What's going on, that guy? Who else here? Oh, yeah, Lake and Woods. I had guns in the kitchen because I've been doing a lot of content in my kitchen. I've been cooking a lot and trying to mix up, because I'm a dad. The channel's called Below Average Utah Dad. It's not called Below Average Utah Gun Guy. I bring this up a lot. So I've been cooking more, and yeah, but guns are a big part of my life. It's a big part of who I am. I'm a big advocate, defender of the Second Amendment, like an absolutist. Like I should be able to go to Walmart and just buy machine guns, kind of guy. But anyways, yeah, Lake and Woods can control. It's fine. But yeah, for today, I actually have some video of it today. So you guys that were on my live stream the other day when I made the chili, the Denver steaks that I cut out of the chuck roast, I took because they brined in the fridge, and then we seasoned them again. And the smoker wasn't working right, so I tried to smoke them, and then I was going to sear them off and just eat them that way. But the smoker wasn't working right. It wasn't working on low temp, so I had to turn it up to high temp, and I just seared them in the smoker to get some of that flavor. But then what I did was I took some bacon fat and some sesame oil and some butter, and I confit it after I put a nice sear on it. So it's not medium rare. It's definitely like medium well, but it's extremely flavorful. It's extremely juicy and soft. I mean, it's super tender. I mean, look at this. Look at this stick. I mean, I can just, it's not even hard. Just pull it apart. So it was really good. Flavor's really good. This butter sauce that I made, that I confited in, it's got some chili oil and some MSG and some honey. I'm ignoring him this time. At this point, I don't care. I don't see him doing 22 push-ups a day. So, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Let him troll. Trolls help the channel grow. I'm not afraid of trolls. I deal with trolls all the time. Yeah, I was gonna like show off more of the steak, but I got a phone call, and that's when I got the information about getting the not getting selected and everything. But I don't know why I'm trying to put that in my pocket. Am I being too quiet? Is it too quiet? It's really weird. Hold on. Okay, is that better? Is it still echoey? It might be echoey because I'm in the kitchen and I'm next to like our big living room loft. So that would be funny if June came back. Yeah, as soon as I'm pretty sure that as soon as lakes and woods and whatever. Oh, June is a bow hunter. That's cool. I mean, just because he was being a tool. I mean, I'm gonna call him out for being a tool, but I think it's cool that he's a bow hunter. So. Oh, Lake is a bow hunter. That's cool. It's fine. It's fine. Bow hunters are cool. How did you miss that, Coco? My dog is dumb. Oh, I'm carrying the same thing I always carry, Bray. I guess I don't always carry the same thing. Sometimes I carry my micro dagger, and sometimes I carry my my compact. Today I'm carrying the compact. Oh, it's 3 17-round magazines. My black compact with the hollow sun on it. No, it's cone feed butter. So this is a couple sticks of butter with a little bit of olive oil, some sesame oil, some chili crunch, like sesame chili crunch, and a little bit of honey. And so what I did was I grilled my steaks, put a crust on them, and then I brought them inside, so they were still raw in the middle. And then what I did was I'd had this cooking at about 250, and then I let the steaks cook in this at 250 to come up to temperature. And because they're Denver steaks, they have a little bit higher fat content, so I let them cook a little longer, so they're more well done. But it's like a sweet, buttery, bacon fatty sauce. Hey, I'm very proud that you're gay. Yeah. Bray, I know lots of people that carry revolvers. Usually not as their primary, but as their secondary. I've seen a couple people carry like snub-nose 38s as like a secondary, as a backup, like in their pocket or on their ankle. I've seen that. I know some people that really like wheel guns that carry like, I know that, is it 40? It's not 45 Colt, but I think somebody makes a revolver that's 45 ACP, and you have to use the moon clips. I want to say that's kind of a fairly recent, or not a fairly recent, but a fairly accepted thing. Slipknot 231. I do like Metallica. Oh, Clash. So in order to get mod Clash, I don't know how many of my live streams you've been in. I haven't done a lot recently. I used to do them like 3 or 4 times a week. And I need to get back into that habit of doing them 3 or 4 times a week. But usually it's like, it's about a month's worth of consistently showing up and participating, learning about how we groove and what we do and stand for on the channel, and what we are willing to put up with versus what we're, what's unacceptable. I also have to be careful. Desert Armory brings up a good point. I know. I also have to be careful. If you have too many mods, Facebook starts to get a little, or YouTube gets a little weird about having too many mods, because it kind of messes with the algorithm. And they view it as like a channel that's, depending on how many people are in the stream and how many subscribers you have and how many mods you have, they kind of view that as being overly, what's the word I'm looking for? Sorry, I've just got a lot on my mind. Overly selective. Overly filtering, something like that. Yeah, with mod comes great responsibility. So, Chris Willis, what do you mean by wannabe G.I. Joe guy? You don't know anything about me. How do you know I'm not G.I. Joe? How do you know that's not my actual name? What if my name is literally Joe? Yeah, I've had a lot of dudes come on here. Like, I don't really like when people just shit on other people because of the type of guns that they own or the way that they, like, it's one thing to be completely unsafe and irresponsible. It's another thing, like, when it's a background prop. Or like when you get the guys that come in, like, you guys know I have PSA daggers, which now you guys have all seen. I'm sure everyone has seen the Glock Gen 6. That's a clone of the PSA Saber dagger. So, oh, Vortex, yeah, it's probably. Yeah. Yeah, I probably just didn't like what you were saying, Vortex. Anyways. What should we talk about? What should we... Let's get up close. I'm going to clean up some of this mess. Got some guns in the background. Got some dogs wandering. No problem, man. My son is a Pokemon Caliphate. Hi, John. Clash, do I have an RPG? I don't. I do have a 37mm launcher, though. And that's not exactly an RPG, but I suppose if I had the right ammo for it, it could be. Could be more like an RPG than not like an RPG. Yeah, Vortex, I thought you were going to join the military, dude. I thought that was supposed to be in the cards here soon. You were trying to be a crayon eater or something. Right? Oh yeah. Everybody go check out. Desert Ammo or Desert Armory more. He's got a couple of channels. He does some cool stuff. Go check him out. He does way more cool stuff than I do. I usually just get on live stream and rant and talk about my guns. Sometimes I make shorts and I make fun of liberals, and I mostly I do the 22 push-ups a day to raise awareness for people. And then I'm part of a non-profit as well. What's the Discord? Oh, it should just be called Below Average Utah Dad. I don't think I need to invite you. I think you can just join it. Do I need to actually invite people? I can't remember. It's kind of like the Wild West for my Discord channel. It's pretty, the Discord is pretty lawless. I think at one point I had plans to, like, oh yeah, we're gonna have super organized Discord channel. It's gonna be great. And yeah, that didn't happen. Became very much not an organized Discord channel. Oh, did I put airsoft? I might. Honestly, I might have to take airsoft off the channel description. Because I think that might be hold on. I'm gonna let my dogs out. We're gonna put your collar on, Coco. You bark a lot. Okay. All right. Ezra loves some Pokemon and cake. All right. Let's go back to the shotgun and the AK and the revolver. Yeah, Neko, I'm very in tune to the fact that people are complicated. People have layers. I've got guns that people can look at. I cook food. I'm a dad. All kinds of stuff. People have layers. They have layers. That's all there is to it. People have layers. Okay, let's see. Master Sergeant America, make fun of liberals. Yeah, why not? Liberals think gun control works. I do have layers. I have fat layers, I have muscle layers, I have clothing layers. I have emotional layers. You know what the difference between me and all the people that make fun of my channel is? Probably not very much. The difference is I have the balls to put myself out here and let people say what they want about me, and then I just shrug it off. Trust me. Your words mean very little. You've been shot at before. So your peanut gallery criticisms. Oh, I know. That's what I mean. It's like literally been shot at, you guys. Literally been shot at. Like peanut gallery criticisms and trolls. Woo! Scary. Yeah. It's actually not that cold. It's 68 degrees right now. I just had my jacket on. I never took it off. So, anyhow. I am Ooga Booga. I am a veteran. I'm actually still in the military. At least for a couple more years. At least for a couple more years. I'm dressed like a hobo because my son and I went walking this morning. That's how we exercise. We go walking. I mean, we also go to the gym. I've got plenty of videos of me and my son at the gym. Can we get a story time on getting shot at? Master Sergeant America, hey, are you in the Army, the Marines, or the Air Force? I just want to make sure. You have it set up so that it looks like it's Army, because it's all capitalized, because I think typically a Master Sergeant has it all capitalized, whereas an Air Force Master Sergeant has the M and the S capitalized, but not the other part. So I get the feeling that you're probably Army. Hey Russell. Why do I need to secure my guns, dude? What's wrong with them? What are they doing? What are they doing wrong? I'd like to know. What's this one doing wrong? What are any of my guns doing wrong right now? In your professional opinion as a Master Sergeant of America. Clearly not Captain America. Thank you, Ooga Booga. I am happily married, so no, I will not. But I'm sure there's a single person in the chat that you could Master Sergeant America, you haven't answered the question yet. What are my guns doing unsafely? I'm still waiting for you to tell me what my guns are doing wrong. What are they doing that's unsafe? I just want to know. I mean, he seems to be very knowledgeable. So, actually, this shirt, you guys can buy this shirt. This is a shirt from it's swag from my favorite comedian. He's a stand-up guy. His name's Kayvon. He's Persian, half Persian. He's pretty funny. So you can go to his stuff. It's K-Vaughn. Yeah, K-Vaughn. Go Google him. He's really funny. I'm not triggered. You're the one that said I need to secure my weapons. I'm fine with them where they are. I was just wondering what you thought happened or what they're doing wrong. Here, let's watch them for a second, guys. Let's watch what they do. Let's see. I'm watching. I just want to see what they do. I'm going to keep watching them. I don't know, guys. Thank you, Solo. I don't know. They must not be doing what it's probably because I'm looking at them now. That's why they're not doing the dangerous things that they were earlier that Master Sergeant America was talking about. I do have a cat. I mean, that's 3 of them. I could show you guys more. John's life. I have a whole bunch more downstairs in my basement. I mean, he's probably a master sergeant. I was just confused. I was concerned. I thought maybe my guns were pointing at me or loading themselves, or I don't know, saying something like, I don't know, maybe some right wing or left wing extremist stuff, maybe some Islamic extremist stuff. I thought that they were speaking or signing something in the background. I don't know. Do you think it's safe, guys? Do you think it's safe if let's go downstairs real quick. Let's see what the battery's at on the camera. Oh, we're good. Here, we're gonna go. It is not a python. It's an anaconda. Work in progress. What, kitty? Let's go check on kitties. Here, we'll go downstairs. We'll look at the other guns. Hi, kitty. It's okay. She's a scaredy cat. She's literally a scaredy cat. Here you go. Here, see, here's the other ones that I have just laying around. There's some of my knives just laying around. Some of my coins and ammo just laying around. That's what I do. I just leave them laying around. That Ooga Booga, that is Snecky. See, he's the mascot for our channel. This is where normally we film, but because I've been doing a lot more stuff in my kitchen and not down here. Oh yeah, there's, man, my guns, they just crawl up out of nowhere. Wow. Yeah, they are nice airsoft guns. Well, thank you, Master Sergeant America. Thank you for your service. I appreciate it. Yes, I am a Utahn. I am from Utah. So, yeah, so this is, there you go. That was last year. Well, I guess it's almost 2 years ago. Holy shit, it's been 2 years since I was last deployed. So that was last year, Master Sergeant. Let's see. That's from when that's an Army space patch. So, well, I think what he's saying is that he was deployed to Afghanistan from 2010 to 2013. That's an Army space patch. I got that. Doing some stuff with the Army. I've got lots of stuff. I used to work for the F-22 program office. That's why I've got the first shot, first look, first kill balloon. Advanced fighters and programs. Was it the 609th? Pete's got, I have a lot of Qatar stuff. When you go to CENTCOM, oh, that's an armorer's wrench for working on ARs. Yeah, so when you go to CENTCOM, I gotta make sure that you can't see what I'm touching. When you go to CENTCOM, if you're Air Force, you work for CENTCOM, but you also work for AFCENT. And Qatar is like a central staging area. It's the main operating base. And then there's lots of places that you can go from there, which, you know, is really fun. Sometimes it's not. But depending on like where you go and what you do, like I'm a cyber guy. You guys know I talk about being a cyber guy. So as a cyber guy, I do comm stuff a lot. And oh look, how did that happen? How did that get there? Actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna flip this around and do that. That's awesome. Well, thank you for your service, Master Sergeant America. But yeah, I've been deployed to CENTCOM twice. I've been deployed to PACOM like 3 times. I just hit my 20, Master Sergeant America, in the Air Force. In November of last month. So I hit my 20 last month. And I actually started the video. I just did a board to commission, but they chose some younger folks, which is understandable because I'm old. I can't show off what I'm trying to pick up here. You can't show certain things on YouTube or YouTube gets mad. So, oh, he's Seaborn. That's cool. Russell, you're talking about John McAfee, like McAfee antivirus? Hey, Smoke, what's going on, buddy? Seaborn's cool. Those guys do a lot of training, and they do like chemical response and stuff like that. They got a cool job. I'm just a computer guy. Computers and, you know, other stuff. I actually do have to go. I have to have complete reconstructive surgery on my shoulders. I'm actually going to start going to see the VA to start my process because I think I have 2 years left, 2.5 years left on my current enlistment. And I think I'm going to call it. I think it's time to pull chocks and be done. Cancer from World War II, that is. Your uncle was an old, like, I mean this in the most respectful way when I say this, but your uncle was an old fuck. Dang. Yeah, I feel that, Master Sergeant. I feel that, Mr. America. Yeah, both of my rotator cuffs, because I used to work on airplanes before I did IT. I worked on airplanes, and then I did some deployment stuff with the Army. So I've actually done a lot in my Air Force career. It's kind of cool. I've talked about it a little bit, but I've never talked about it a lot. Maybe that's something I could do. I could talk about my Air Force career if you guys want to hear about it. It's 20 years. So like I started off as a crew chief on KC-135s. Thanks, Solo. Have a great day. So I started off as a crew chief on 135s in Alaska. And shortly after that, my wife and we moved to Arizona. And there's a guard unit in Arizona that has KC-135. So I went to them. because I've always been a guard dude. I've been a guard or reservist guy, and you know, maybe that's part of why. Hold on, my dogs. Oh, good girl. All right. So, yeah. Anyways, always been a guard and reserve guy. I've done a lot of active duty time as a guard reservist. I'm gonna go over here by the guns. So I've done a lot of active duty time. I did a counter drug, counter terrorism thing with the Army. That we also worked with Border Patrol, DEA, and some other. It was called Joint Counter Narco Terrorism Task Force, and the mission. It was called Operation Copper Cactus. And that was pretty cool. That was down in Arizona. So that was a couple years after we moved to Arizona. So I joined in 2005. We moved to Arizona in 2007, the end of 2007. I got selected to be on this task force because of some arms qualifications and some intel background and scores and things. Like basically, you could apply and then you took some aptitude tests. You took you went to the range. If you scored well, then you could get selected. So I got selected. So I scored to do that. Got to go deploy with the Army and do stuff. So. Anyways, they called the sheriff of Baghdad. I'm trying to remember. So, back in 2010, I graduated. I finished my bachelor's. One thing I've always been a big advocate for our service members, especially enlisted folks, is to get educated. So I finished my bachelor's. I went and got a bachelor's of science and psychology because I was told that in order to commission into the Air Force, which is what I wanted to do, I needed a bachelor's of science. And the school that I applied to a couple of schools, and the program that they came back and said, we can accept you and we can get you done with school in about a year and a half. If you go full time, if you take extra classes, you can do it in about 6 months. So I was like, yeah, that. And this is while I was deployed, or when I was doing that task force. So I finished my bachelor's degree in psychology in about 6 months. Probably shouldn't have done that. My grades weren't as good as they could have been. If you want to commission everybody, if you're in the military, if you're enlisted, whatever you're looking to commission, make sure that your grades are better than what mine were. Try to get at least a 3.0. Mine was below a 3.0. But I was also out in the middle of the desert for a couple weeks at a time, so my online presence was not as good as it could have been. Air Force told me no. Tried to go to the Army. Army was, they were a little bit more receptive. They didn't want to send me directly to OCS in the Army. They wanted to send me back to basic as a specialist, because I was a staff sergeant at the time. They wanted to send me back to basic boot camp in the Army as a specialist, go through all of boot camp, spend a year enlisted, and then go to OCS. And I was like, how about I don't do that? I'm not interested in that. I've been to basic training and boot camp before. I don't need to go. and have all of my heritage and parentage and intelligence insulted. I've done that game. I've been to NCO Academy. I've been to boot camp. I don't need to go do it again. And then a fourth time at OCS. Like, send me to OCS, which I know you can do because I have a bachelor's degree. I meet all the qualifications. Met all the qualifications, and my recruiter said that he didn't think I was going to pass the PT, which I did. Got a 90 on it, by the way. Didn't think I was going to pass the PT, so he scheduled my PT the same day as my officer board with the flight board, because I was trying to fly helicopters. So at that point, I was like, you know what? I have my bachelor's. It's not doing anything for me. I'm really good at computers. I've always been really good at computers. I'm going to start my master's in computer science, information systems, and go from there. So I did. And my wing commander, or not my wing commander, my group commander, which I think is kind of like a battalion commander. So like we have squadron, which is like we have flights, and then we have squadrons, and then we have groups. So my group commander found I was working on a master's in information systems, computer science. I was already kind of known as the computer guy, and so he said, "You're not going to fix airplanes anymore. You're going to come work as my support staff and do IT stuff." So he moved me up to his support staff. I was still on the books as a crew chief, but I was just assigned to his support staff on a manning document. Yeah, so that's how I got into IT. Finished my master's, got some certificates, took some other jobs. Another guard unit up in Utah here had some openings for an actual IT role, which my unit in Arizona didn't have. And I was like, well, I'm pretty good at this, and I have this schooling now, so I'm going to go ahead and apply to that. And I got it. So I got selected to that. They sent me to network engineering school, which I kind of already knew how to do. So it was like I was on orders for 6 months at a school at Keesler Air Force Base, basically on vacation, because I knew IT and network engineering and stuff. And since then, I've done some pretty cool things. I've worked on worked at a couple Army bases, setting up like in Hawaii, Schofield Barracks and Wheeler Airfield. They have a microwave. Radio connection from the top of Mount Kala. There's a big radome, a bunch of radar stuff up there, to an Air Army Guard unit. It's a joint unit at Wheeler Airfield. It's right next to Schofield Barracks. So I went to Hawaii for 6 months while we did a bunch of upgrades to their radar system, their radios, and their networking. That was a pretty cool project. I do F-35 stuff now. I get to do computer stuff with the F-35. I've done computer stuff with the F-22. I've done computer stuff on radar training systems. So it's pretty cool. You do some pretty cool stuff and get to work in operations. I got to do some cool radar and IT computer stuff on drones while I was in Qatar. So when we started doing strikes, like I had to do some specific things so that we could do the strikes securely. So I was part of the strike team. That was really cool. I've got a little ribbon that says that I assisted in remote unaliving of some dudes from Hezbollah. So that's kind of cool. Hey, it's hot cocoa. Thank you. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Mass Sergeant, getting to work with the drone dudes. So we were at a location where we operated a weapon system, and we did drone stuff, and I did some of the secure connections and comm stuff, and then those 3 dudes at Tower 22 were some Hezbollah dudes in Syria. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool getting to do that. More hot cocoa, thank you. I've never worked on the Warthog. I've never done anything on the Warthog. Although the F-35 it's not the same. It doesn't do the same mission. I know people, you know, it was kind of sold as, oh, it could do the same mission. Like, it can do close air support, it can do CAS, but not the same way. But the F-35 does have, it does have a 25 millimeter cannon as opposed to a 20 millimeter cannon, which is, you know, obviously substantially larger than most of the other Air Force cannons. Oh, you were at on the other side of the island, on the north side of the island, Marine Corps base. Now they have F-35s there. They've got some amphibious assault stuff that they do there in that shallow bay. They have a really nice golf course there. I've been to that golf course a couple times. Thank you, Frankie. Yeah, when people send gifts, it goes towards the monetization, which is great because that will go towards. I mean, it doesn't go towards the 1911 anymore because the 1911 YouTube's going to pay me out like next week, so that's paid for. I haven't picked it up yet because they haven't paid me yet. But once they pay me, I'll go pick it up because that'll be the last payment that I need for it. I can completely sympathize with, Master Sergeant America. That I can completely sympathize with. That one I know all too well. So I'm still a reservist, Master Sergeant, and I actually have a pretty good gig right now. I work for a company that's a contractor, just so that I don't get them in trouble, so I don't get myself in trouble. That's why I don't ever say my name. But yeah, I work for them right now, and I do some pretty cool stuff for them. So I do like cybersecurity assessment and architecture on different weapons platforms and aircraft platforms, or like radar control systems, things like that. So anything that can be used to train for aerospace dominance, or that can be used to mostly training stuff. I'll stop there. But yeah, I got a pretty good gig. And then I also have a small business that I run from my home. I have a small Wi-Fi business that I do, so I do smart home upgrades. I help do home security systems. I help people that have like EVs. I do a lot of contracting with an EV company here in Utah. And they're like one of the largest installers for the state of Utah for like the smart and the level 1 and level 2 EV chargers that have like the direct connection, not just the washer dryer outlet, but have like it hardwired in so that it's better for, you know, the better charging for the vehicle and better like electrical usage for the house. Like it's just more efficient. Yeah. More chili and smoke. I like it. So, but yeah. There was a guy in here earlier that was like, that's a weak, pathetic collection of guns. And I was like, well, I have more. I'm just in the kitchen talking, but I figured, you know, after talking a while here in the kitchen, it's like, why not just make them up here. So we brought them up here. I'm covering up my AK. That's the problem, because I don't have like a really nice setup. No matter where I go, like I just get in the way of my guns. So. Hey, Glacier Shark's on. Hey, Papa's Pews is on. I guess a bunch of us are online right now. Sorry, I'm texting some of these guys. No, I've just been freaking crazy busy since Halloween. I could never be mad at a fellow Alaska fisherman. I love you, buddy. All right, I'll go back to our stream. Sorry, my ADHD was kicking in. Okay, so great question, Master Sergeant America. Okay. Oh, Roach, should I get a mesh system or a Wi-Fi extender? I want to be able to have internet in my mother-in-law's suite I built. It's about 50 yards from my main house. If you have the ability to run Ethernet so that you get max output and then just drop, do you have like a switch? Do you have PoE? Or anything like that, because if you've got a PoE switch that you can just drop, or a PoE injector that you can plug in and go direct Ethernet and then just drop like a wireless access point, do that. It'll make it'll be such a better quality of life experience for anybody that's in your mother-in-law suite. If you want to do mesh, so the company that I really like, and some of you have seen it around my house, I'm a Ubiquiti guy. I used to work for Ubiquiti. I was a quality assurance engineer for them. And so I really like their products. And it's not just because I work for them. I don't have stock in Ubiquiti. I don't get paid by them. I'm not sponsored by them, that's for sure. But I think that their products are easy to use, they're easy to set up, and they're fairly affordable. You can do really easy like wireless hotspot or wireless hot shots. So you can use, instead of a regular access point, you can do like a microwave beam, kind of like I talked about. Why not to the same extent? They have equipment that can do that. But if you just need to go 100 yards or whatever from spot A to spot B, you can do a shot and it's going to keep like 90% of your throughput. So I think Ubiquiti's got some really great tools for that. But if you can do Ethernet, do Ethernet. Do like Cat 6E shielded, just so that you keep your attenuation. Master Sergeant, this is an Arinco Type 56. I know it's got some Romanian style, or Romanian style handguards on it. But it is a Chinese Type 56. It was when I first got it, it had the typical Chinese sport stock on it. It had that AK or the MAK or NHN 90 stock. And I've done some research. I've looked at the serial numbers. from what I can tell, is it was originally a Type 56 underfolder, came here, sat in customs with the ATF in the late 80s when George H.W. Bush was doing his I Hate AK-47s ban. And then before it was allowed to come fully into the States, they had to pull the original underfolder off of it, put that block in there, and then they attached just a shitty tang on the back of it and put a crappy stock on it. They took the wood off of it, they put plastic guards on it. Like it was pretty, it was rough. It was not pretty. I got it for well under 1,000 doll hairs when I got it a couple years ago, or last year. I got it last year. Holy shit. I got that AK last year. That's crazy. So, Roach, if you have a router, if you're coming directly from your router, my suggestion is to just buy like a cheap PoE switch or hub if it's going directly into that. If it's an unmanaged PoE switch, then you can buy a couple of access points to hang up in your house, or it will feed that PoE switch and it'll give Ethernet to any of those things, and you won't lose any of your, you should be at between 90 and 99% of your speed at the router. You lose a little bit of that when you do like multi-switch hops, like if I show you mine. Nope. Pull up my stuff. I'll show you on my phone. Sorry, I gotta log in. I got this phone like a week and a half ago, and I'm still having to sign into a bunch of shit on it. So. I might actually start a new stream because we've been going for about an hour and we're at like 7. Okay, so if I show you my topology, so show you right here. So here is, there's my ISP, and then it's my router, and then it's my big switch. My big switch goes to a small switch and a wireless access point. This wireless access point has a wireless mesh connection to this wireless access point, which feeds a couple of switches that devices are plugged into. This switch connects to another switch because I use it as a relay, and that feeds a couple of APs, wireless access point. And then I have like, I can show you my clients. So I currently have, I have 40 clients. 7 of them are wired and 33 are set up on wireless right now. Work in progress. Did you email me? Did you send me an email, work in progress? Where'd you send the message to? Yeah, no, the AK, the American AK world is, I mean, it's still kind of hit and miss. What's funny is like the way, here's what I found about the AK, the AK world. AK people, there's a couple types of AK people. There's people like Brandon Herrera, and I use Brandon Herrera because everybody knows Brandon Herrera. Brandon Herrera, who's like, yeah, AKs are cool and fun. Some of them suck, and you should probably not get them. But like, they don't suck so bad that you should never consider them. Like, they're just not what I prefer. And then some of them are really, really, really expensive and are way more than what they cost. And then there's like a happy medium in the middle. So there's people like Brandon Herrera, but then there's also people that are like, I don't know. Then there's people that are like, who was it? There was somebody that was like, if you don't buy a Wasser or an import AK, then your AKs are worthless. And I was like, there's a time and a place. Like, if you can find a Wasser for a good deal, but the thing is like Wassers didn't even used to be the good AKs. Like, you'd want a Romanian AK, or you'd want like an Egyptian AK, or or a Chinese AK. Chinese AKs are some of the best AKs on the planet. People don't think that, but it's true. So it's kind of weird. Work in progress. I don't know what's going on, but I only see the thing that says "sent you message, Bob," and then it says "not emailed, sir, message." So I'm checking my Google Voice, and I'm checking my email. I'm checking my social media. I saw your message, bud. I saw your message. Was it the message about the V crown? Why so zero? Yes, I am being a good boy. Yeah. Anyways, let me check this. You know what I'm gonna do? Because my phone is being kind of weird. I'm going to kill this stream, and I'm going to start a new one. So if you're kind of having fun, let's try to have a talk about. Let's just try to focus on the guns. We'll have just some gun talk. It's been a while since we've had just gun talk. So I'm going to kill this stream, and we'll start a new one, and we'll just do some gun talk in a new stream. We'll see if we can't get some more people to join in with us and have a merry old time. All right, I'll talk to you guys in like 10 minutes.